Don Meredith operated in daring fashion behind this line and had his finest year as a pro. Meredith picked secondaries apart with his pinpoint aerials. When the defense overcommitted, he saturated areas with swing passes. Meredith's long, loping stride made him a third runner in the Dallas backfield. Though not a purposeful scrambler, Dallas rollout offense presented Meredith with frequent opportunities. He converted these opportunities into 5 touchdowns in 1966. A talented array of receivers complemented Meredith and made the Dallas offense the most explosive in football. Veteran Buddy Dial has made a career out of clutch catches. Tight end Pettis Norman is a punishing blocker and a tough man. Speedy Frank Clark could operate at either flanker or tight end and scored from both positions. Number 35, Pete Gent, is one of the 14 free agents who stuck with the Cowboys. As a receiver, the Cowboys stared in disbelief. They had the ball on their 1-yard line. The players diagrammed, and the phones were hot. From his own end zone, Don Meredith coolly moved the ball club. When no one was open, he took charge of the game himself. Pete Gent cleared his defender, and the Cowboys had penetrated midfield. But time was still their enemy. Again, Meredith was forced to run, this time to kill the clock. An overly zealous Redskin fouls Meredith out of bounds, and the ball moves 15 yards further toward the Redskin goal. With 15 seconds remaining, Danny Villanueva kicks the decisive field goal. The comeback victory gave the Cowboys a confidence they maintained throughout the rest of the season.
With it 3rd and 6 on the Dallas 48, the Giants blitz all 3 linebackers. But excellent pass blocking restrains the Red Doggers and affords Meredith just enough time to target Pete Gent for a key first down. In reviewing that last play, we see how Gent uses his 6-foot 4-inch frame to shield out the shorter Spider Lockhart. Sensing another blitz, Meredith throws to Bob Hayes on a flanker screen. The former Olympic champion darts to the New York 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Don Meredith ducks underneath the Giant pass rush and moves for 12 yards. It's 2nd and 4 on the Dallas 26. Meredith calls an audible at the line of scrimmage. Bob Hayes has half a step on Clarence Childs, and that's all he needs. 74 yards and a touchdown for Bullet Bob Hayes. This is football Texas style. Meredith calls another audible at the line and shifts his team to a new set. Dan Reeves, a second-year man from South Carolina, turns this short swing pass into a long gainer with some nifty moves down the far sideline. It's a gain of 50 yards to the New York 10. Dallas coach Tom Landry and Don Meredith discuss some adjustments in the Dallas passing game. Anticipating another all-out Giant pass rush, Meredith wisely rolls out. Renfro is open across the middle, sheds one tackler, and almost goes all the way. At the 2, a bunched Giant defense falls prey to a short, flat pass to Dan Reeves for a touchdown. Meredith wastes little time getting the ball into the air. A hard rush by Willie Young is a second too late as Reeves makes the reception. And with a great block by Bob Hayes, he goes to the Giants' 17 for a 48-yard gain. Once again, Meredith finds halfback Reeves open in the flat and hits him for a touchdown. And the score swells to 31-7 at halftime. On third down, with 5 yards to go on the New York 39, Don Meredith calls on his #1 receiver, Bob Hayes. Bob has gotten behind Childs on a streak pattern. Meredith's perfect throw floats over Childs' head and into the adhesive grasp of Hayes for a score. On third down, with 4 yards to go for the first, Meredith looks to throw, but runs instead and gets the first down. Here's a man who's a threat no matter what pattern he runs. Bob Hayes. And Bob Hayes. Meredith sets to pass. Throws to Reeves. And again, it's a touchdown. Don Meredith connects for his 5th scoring strike. 16 for 25 and 358 yards. Some 60,000 onlookers seeing Don Meredith at his blazing best. Villanueva's extra point makes it 45-7 as young Jerry Rome loosens up. After a Minnesota personal foul, it's 2nd and 8 at the Minnesota 20. Meredith hits Pete Gent. But there's a flag on the play. Offensive pass interference against Dallas, and it's 2nd and 23 now at the Viking 35. Meredith's going to run. And picks up 8 yards. Meredith down the middle to Frank Clark. 10 yards and a first down. Big one now, 3rd and 6. The ball at the Dallas 38. Meredith decides to keep it. Knocked out of bounds, but not until he gets the first down. Trailing 10-0 now, moving well, deep into Minnesota territory. And Meredith down the middle. There's Bob Hayes, and it's a Dallas touchdown. 37 yards. Villanueva's kick is good, and this ball game tightens up. Minnesota 10, Dallas 7, as Bob Hayes gets congratulations on the Dallas bench and some oxygen. The ball now at the Dallas 44. The fake to Reeves. Meredith rolls out to the right. There's Bob Hayes. Fine catch. 15 yards. And a first down at the Minnesota 41. Action now, 2nd and 4 at the Minnesota 4. Meredith. He's going to go all the way with a fine block by Tony Licio. Touchdown for Dallas. A drive that went 80 yards in 9 plays. Dallas takes the lead for the first time, 14-10. 17-14 as Don Meredith and Tom Landry have a council of war on the sidelines. The Cowboys trailing once again. They have it 2nd and 10 at their own 20. Meredith to Buddy Dial. And Dial goes for 19 yards and a first down at the Dallas. This is 3rd and 13 for Meredith and Dallas at their own 36. No, I won't throw it, says Meredith. And now Meredith scrambling like Tarkenton. Will he run or throw? He's going to run. He's going to throw. And that's Pettis Norman for the catch. 25 yards and a first down as the 3rd period ends with Minnesota leading 17-14. And the Dallas bench anxious. And it is complete. Dan Reeves out of bounds inside the 5. So it's 3rd and goal. 3rd down and goal from the Minnesota 8. Into the end zone, and Buddy Dial on a fine catch for the touchdown. The drive taking 80 yards in 11 plays as the Dallas Cowboys once again take the lead from Minnesota 21-17. Ball at the Viking 27. Meredith on the rollout. Finds Buddy Dial at the 10-yard line.
Again, Meredith taking to the air early in the ball game to Perkins for a first down at the 38-yard line, an 11-yard gain. 2nd and 7 on the 41. Falcons leading early in the ball game, 7-0. Meredith electing to run. "17-yard gain before Lothridge made the tackle. Now on 2nd and 9 in the 14. Again, Meredith looking for Pettis Norman. 5-yard gain to the 9-yard line. "12 yards on this play. 1st and 10 in the 47. That's Meredith. Just gets it away to Buddy Dial. 25 yards. And it's 1st and 10 as the Cowboys fight back. Again, Don Meredith. This time looking for Clark. 20 yards to the 8-yard line. Riggle making the stop. Now on 3rd down and 40. Meredith again taking to the air and again being pressured out of that pocket. To Frank Clark. a gain of 13 yards. Now on 3rd and 10 on the 24 with just a little more than a minute remaining in the first half. Don Meredith, this time with better protection. Looking for Frank Clark. For 13 yards to the 11-yard line. Now with 53 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Cowboys leading 10-7. Don Meredith looking for Dan Reeves on the sidelines. He has clear sailing into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Dallas Cowboys lead 17-7 at halftime. First and 10, Cowboys on the 49-yard line. Meredith for Bobby Hayes. He has it, and they don't catch Hayes. He's in there for a touchdown. 49-yard touchdown pass. Let's take a look at that play again. Hitting deep to Bobby Hayes. And there he goes. The Cowboys 24, the Falcons 14.
Don Meredith, the quarterback for Dallas. Number 17 spreading to the outside for throwing room. On the outside is Buddy Dial, and he makes the reception. First and 10 on the Dallas 49 is Meredith, rolling now to his left quickly. As Dan Reeves is sneaked down the right sideline, it is wide open. Reeves to the 15 is going to score for Dallas. 51-yard touchdown pass. Dallas 7, Philadelphia nothing. Don Meredith checking topside as the Dallas defense holds the Eagles without a first down. And the ball is punted back to the Cowboys. Meredith faking the draw play. Looking for Bob Hayes, the world's fastest human. Hayes on the corner pattern is wide open. Touchdown Dallas. 24-yard TD pass, Meredith to Bob Hayes. Dallas 14, Philadelphia nothing. Following the punt, Cowboy ball in their own 13. Meredith, with good protection against the Eagle blitz, is looking for Buddy Dial on the deep hook pattern, and Dial has it. Martin makes the tackle, but it's after 12 yards. Meredith now running the Dallas offense, rolls quickly to his right. Being chased by the Eagles, who are also blitzing. Now he's looking back for his fullback Perkins on a screen away. Don Perkins on the move for Dallas. The blockers are forming in front of him, and he cuts his way through the Eagles. Aaron Martin putting him down from behind after 39 yards. Dallas ball on the Philadelphia 36. Meredith sending Hayes straight up against the Eagle defense, spots him wide open. Number 22, another touchdown. Dallas 21, Philadelphia nothing. The first 3 times Dallas touches the ball, they get touchdowns. Bob Hayes, whose second touchdown of the game, has moved Dallas in front 21-0. Rehashes the play with Don Meredith, the quarterback. Hayes, in his second NFL season, is averaging more than 1 touchdown a game. Tom Landry, the Dallas coach, with a worried look even though his team leads by 21 points. The Eagles have to punt the ball again. We pick up the action with the Dallas with the football. A double wingback call by quarterback Don Meredith. He's going for Pettis Norman, the tight end on the quickie. It's good for 8 yards. Meredith rolling quickly to his right. Buddy Dials on the sidelines and up pattern and is wide open around the 5. He's out of bounds just about the 5-yard line. Yards. Slow motion of Don Meredith checking Perkins across the middle and finds him with the pass. This time Scarpati can't make the stop, and Ronnie Medved, along with Mike Morgan, pile on Perkins. Second down and 17. Meredith looking for Frank Clark. He's running a good corner pattern. Clark is open and takes the ball. Ronnie Medved there, but just a second too late. Dallas 35, Philadelphia nothing. 62 yards in 7 plays. Here's Don Meredith, 15 for 22 for 331 and 4 touchdowns. And it's still early in the second half. Dallas fans are happy as their team once again has thwarted that Eagle offense. Meredith to Bob Hayes coming across the middle for 15 yards. Don Meredith with good pass protection. Going for Frank Clark on the deep hook pattern for 16 yards. The I formation of the Dallas Cowboys. They unload into the flat to Dan Reeves. Number 30 with fine speed and good running balance. Picks up 20 yards for the Dallas Cowboys. Quarterback Don Meredith long calling the play. With good protection, now he picks out Bob Hayes. And Bob Hayes steps in for another touchdown. Let's take a look at that Dallas touchdown. As Don Meredith ad-libs a real good touchdown pass. He looks to the left, they're covered. And now he quickly spots Bob Hayes, who quickly scores for Dallas. The 5th scoring pass for Meredith and the 3rd for Bob Hayes. 42-0, Dallas leading.
The famed Gateway to the West provides an imposing backdrop for Memorial Stadium in St. Louis, site of the Battle of the Unbeaten between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboy quarterback Don Meredith is the league's leading passer. He's thrown for 14 touchdowns and hasn't had a pass intercepted this season. Don Meredith setting up. Scrambles out now, looks downfield, and hits Buddy Dial. 14 yards and a first down. The spotlight camera now will pick up the pass route of Buddy Dial. He's there, and so is the ball. The Dallas attack ball. Don Meredith. Sidearms to Pettis Norman. Gain of 14 as Jerry Stovall put the shoulder in. Meredith looks. Moves out and throws to Dan Reeves. Slants in for a gain of 9. Harry Stallings first, and then Jerry Stovall, the defenders. The Dallas Cowboys in possession. Don Meredith sets up and takes a look. And he throws to Pettis Norman. Jerry Stovall riding him to the turf after an overall gain of 31 yards. Now the Dallas Cowboys in possession. Don Meredith whips the ball to Bob Hayes. Larry Wilson is hanging on. An overall gain of 9 yards. We're late in the first half with St. Louis leading Dallas by a score of 7-3. Meredith lofts the ball to Frank Clark. He gathers it in for 14 as Larry Wilson is hanging on. It's another first down. Meredith under pressure here. It's Bob Hayes for a gain of 6. Wilson and Stallings on the tackle. Meredith. He hits Clark for 10 yards. Jim Burson has him on his shoulder. So the Cowboys have the ball now. Don Meredith. Scrambling and looking. He finds Pete Jett. And Jett makes a circus catch, sandwiched between Stovall and Woodson. A gain of 45 yards. It's first and goal now at the 4-yard. Now the Dallas Cowboys are in possession. Don Meredith. Goes to Pete Jett. That is Larry Wilson hauling him down. Gain of 14 and a first down. Larry Wilson, one of the real defensive veterans of the National Football League, and he's played a great ball game. Meredith retreats with the pressure on. He throws to Pettis Norman on the right side for 11 yards. It's a Dallas first down. Ernie Kellerman makes the tackle. It's 3rd and 9. Meredith dropping back, gets good protection here. And hits Pete Jett, who picks up 18 yards before he's brought down from behind by Mike Howell. 1st and 10 Cowboys at the Cleveland 16-yard line. Meredith to Pete Jett. 10 yards and another first down. Mike Howell making the tackle. Cleveland leading 3-0, but the Dallas Cowboys are driving. Don Meredith, the quarterback, takes the ball now. Keeps, struggles in across the goal line for the touchdown. And the undefeated Dallas Cowboys take the lead by a score of 7-3. Don Meredith retreating. Looks for Bob Hayes. He takes it and turns downfield. Hit by Mike Howell. The play gain 21 yards. We'll look at that again. This is Bob Hayes, number 22. Takes it and is hit there by Howell and knocked out of bounds. Don Meredith goes out to Renfro. And the play gets 9 yards. Don Meredith to Bob Hayes again for 13 yards. Mike Howell, the defender. And again, we'll watch Hayes run the pass pattern. Howell cutting behind him. Meredith now rolling to the right side. keeps the ball for 12 yards. And a Dallas first down. Meredith now throws to Dan Reeves. He gets 21 yards on a first down as safety man Ross Feetner rode him out of bounds. Meredith now to Bob Hayes. 14 yards and another Dallas first down, and let's look at that one again. Bob Hayes running his pattern here. Don Meredith throwing to Reeves. In the fourth period, Dallas in possession, 1st and 10 at the Dallas 27. Meredith finds Bob Hayes. 10 yards and a first down as he's hit by Howell. Let's look at that again now. Hayes starts his pattern, takes the pass, gets by Brewer, and is hit by Howell. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their own 37. Meredith to Pettis Norman. 7 yards as Ernie Kellerman stops him. The Cowboys are in possession once again. Don Meredith. Throws out to Dan Reeves on a screen pattern. He's stopped by Jim Houston after a gain of 9 yards. Now Meredith to Frank Clark. 8 yards and another first down. Meredith to Mel Renfro over the middle, 14 yards. And it's Kellerman getting the ankle. It's a first down. Later in the fourth period, the Dallas Cowboys are in possession. Meredith passing to Clark. A gain of 19 yards and a first down. Don Meredith looks for Bob Hayes. Finds him along the right sideline. Erich Barnes rides him across the marker, a gain of 17 yards. Late in the fourth quarter, Meredith rolling right and keeping the ball. He gets 17 as Jim Houston brings him down. Meredith now again to Bob Hayes. Mike Howell makes the tackle. A gain of 12 yards. With seconds remaining, Meredith retreats and throws to Clark in the end zone for the touchdown. So the Dallas Cowboys have 21 points, but the final score is Cleveland 30, Dallas 21.
On third down, on the super slow motion camera. Meredith again taking to the air. Looking this time for Norman. Pettis Norman has it for 22 yards. Breedlove and Bradshaw, the tacklers. Meredith to Dan Reeves for a touchdown. Tied ball game, 7-7. Dallas fans are appreciative but not yet aware that the offensive floodgates have opened. Cowboys ball, second down. Meredith to Reeves. Russell after him. A gain of 30 yards in the play. Now again on the super slow motion camera, you can watch Don Meredith. Gets good blocking here as he turns the end for 14 yards. Cowboys ball, first down on their own 28-yard line. Don Meredith. Again, can't find anybody open. Again, he elects to run. This time for 21 yards. Second and goal in the 8. To Dan Reeves. Touchdown, and the leading scorer in the NFL now has chalked up 12 points to add to the 54 he had at the beginning of the game. Now again on super slow motion, Don Meredith. Looking deep for Frank Clark. There's Clark getting behind Willie Daniel and taking the toss for a touchdown. The Cowboys 38, the Steelers 14. And let's take a look at that play again from the top. There it is. And there's Clark for the score. After forcing the Steelers to punt, the Cowboys launch another drive. Their ball on their own 22. To Pete Gent. Fine move by Gent. Play covers 44 yards before Keys brings him down. 38-21 ball game. The Cowboys lead the Steelers. Their ball. Meredith. For Pete Gent. He has it on a great catch. 84 yards and a touchdown. Another long scoring play. Cowboys 45, the Steelers 21.
Don Meredith, number 17. The leading touchdown tosser in the National Football League, fades to throw. Good pass protection, and Pete Gent on his knees makes the catch for a 12-yard gain. The second down play. Meredith, being blitzed by the Eagles, goes quickly across the middle, and Gent makes a great diving catch. Make that Reeves coming across the middle with a catch for 7 yards. Fourth and a single yard for a Dallas touchdown. The Eagles are masked. And the fake inside in the bootleg by Meredith, number 17. The quarterback scores. Dallas 17, Philadelphia 7. That Eagle defensive line too tough to go through, so Meredith goes around. The Cowboys back on the attack, trailing now by 7 points. Meredith doing the sprint out to try to get outside the rush. Decides to run with the football. The Dallas quarterback does a good job of it for 10 yards. The fake inside by Meredith, and now to the outside to Reeves. The all-purpose halfback cuts inside and is finally dropped by Nettles, but he gains 14 yards. Meredith running the ball team for Tom Landry now. Good pass protection. Goes across the middle for Pete Gent, and Gent makes the catch in traffic for 13 yards. Now or never for Big D. Meredith to the outside to Buddy Dial. Now tries to get out of bounds and gets 8 yards. Second down and 2 with 1:52 left on the clock at Franklin Field. Meredith swinging his back. Dan Reeves and finds him across the middle at the 40. Reeves is stopped after a 24-yard gain and a first down. 1:36 on the clock. Meredith to his bread and butter player Reeves, who's wide open at the 25. Gets away from Scarpati, and now Medved and Nettles make the...
On third down, Meredith has to get rid of the ball as he's hit by Jackson and completes it on a good play to Reeves. A gain of 6. Now on first down, Meredith to Perkins. Down by Huff. But a gain of 3. Let's take a look at that play again. Watch Tony Liscio, number 72, the Cowboys' left tackle, as his block takes out 2 Redskins. Here he is. That's the play. On third down, Meredith to Pete Gent. Taken out of bounds by Sanders, but it's a gain of 8. As we rerun that play, watch Leon Donahue and Pettis Norman take out Walt Barnes, number 77. Right there. Second and goal, Meredith, with his team trailing, on the rollout, goes in for the touchdown. The Cowboys lead 7-3. Meredith looking for Pete Gent. A gain of 17 yards. Now on second down, Meredith trying to hit deep to Bobby Hayes. He has him, and you can't catch Bobby Hayes. Touchdown, Cowboys. Score, the Cowboys 14, the Redskins 6. And they were penalized 5 yards further for clipping. First and 10 in their own 5. Don Meredith trying to throw the bomb on the very first play for Bobby Hayes. He's got him. On his way for a touchdown. And the Cowboys increase their lead 21-6. Cowboys ball, they trail 23-21. Don Meredith to Bobby Hayes. A gain of 13. Cowboys ball. Don Meredith with his team trailing. Looks for Dan Reeves, and he has him. A gain of 29 yards on the play. This time for Bobby Hayes. Good catch by Hayes, and a good move here by Hayes. The Redskins 30, the Cowboys 28. Now with 1:30 remaining, no timeouts left, the Cowboys have the ball on their own 3-yard line. Meredith hits Pete Gent for 28 yards. Again, Don Meredith. He has to get out of bounds to stop that clock. A gain of 12. Meredith with good time Looks for Pete Gent. A gain of 25 yards. Don Meredith can't find anybody open. He can't waste any time. And he goes out of bounds. He's hit after he goes out of bounds, and a 15-yard penalty results. And the Cowboys have the ball now, or will have it, on the 12-yard line of the Washington Redskins.
Don Meredith to Bob Hayes. A gain of 15 yards and a first down on the Dallas 35. Don Meredith. Over the middle to Dan Reeves. A gain of 13 yards and a first down now on the Steelers 17. Don Meredith fakes the handoff, keeps this time. Heads for the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Donahue put a key block on Andy Russell, and it is Dallas 7 and Pittsburgh nothing. Meredith, number 17, setting up again. Throws to Bob Hayes. He's hit by Woodson after a gain of 14 yards. Now Don Meredith finds Bob Hayes. He goes by Marv Woodson and on toward the goal line, in for the touchdown. A 38-yard play. And we'll look at it again from ground level. Meredith setting up. Woodson is the defender as the pass goes to Hayes. And there's the touchdown. It's Dallas 20 and Pittsburgh 7 in the fourth quarter. Don Meredith finds Dan Reeves. He gets 17 before he's stopped by Paul Wiggin and Erich Barnes. Now Meredith to Clark. Out of bounds after a gain of 14. Don Meredith. It's Dan Reeves in the flat. And Reeves heads for the goal line. He gets in for the touchdown. A drive of 86 yards in 12 plays for the Cowboys, who are out in front now by a score of 13-7. Third down and 8 yards to go here for the Dallas Cowboys as Meredith finds everyone covered. Keeps the ball. Moves for 10 on a first down as Erich Barnes brings him down. Now Meredith. To Pete Gent. Erich Barnes moving over to corral him after a gain of 12. So Dallas has it first and 10. Don Meredith. Goes to Frank Clark. In a 15 yards as he's bounced by Mike Howell. Don Meredith to Frank Clark. A gain of 15 yards. Third down and 15 yards to go at their own 36. Meredith looking for Bob Hayes. And hits him for 19 yards and a first down. Mike Howell, number 34, taking him across the sideline marker. In the same drive, Don Meredith on a third down situation keeps and moves off right tackle for 5 yards and another first down as Bill Glass trips him up. Don Meredith to Bob Hayes for 11 yards as he goes across the sideline marker. Now Meredith to Dan Reeves in the right flat. Howell and Kellerman, the defenders, again a 3 on the play. Another third down situation for the Dallas Cowboys, 3rd and 4. And Meredith. It's Reeves for 7 yards and another first down that keeps the drive alive.
Cowboy quarterback Don Meredith has thrown 23 touchdown passes, tops in the NFL. But in his previous confrontation with the Cardinals, Meredith ran afoul of the cracked St. Louis secondary, which intercepted 3 of his passes. After failing to make a first down, the Cowboys returned to the bench where Don Meredith and his mates discussed the Cardinal defensive alignments. Second down with the Cowboys with the ball. They're behind. They trail. Meredith to Dan Reeves for 16 yards. 1st and 10 on the 25. And Don Meredith throwing deep to Bobby Hayes. He's in there for a touchdown. We'll take a look at that play again from the end zone angle, and you can see that Bobby Hayes has a step on Pat Fisher, and a step is all this speedster needs. Cowboys 14, the Cardinals 10. First and 10 on the 40. Don Meredith throwing deep for Bobby Hayes. He has it. 51-yard gain. Woodson preventing a touchdown. Cowboys ball. Don Meredith just gets it away. Good grab by Perkins. A gain of 7. Scoreless ball game here at the end of the first quarter. Cowboys nothing, the Redskins nothing. Meredith can't find anybody open. Elects to run with the ball. A gain of 11 yards. The tackle made by Huff. Don Meredith finding Pettis Norman, the closed in for 15 yards. Clay on.
Undismayed by adversity, Dallas calmly adheres to its game plan. Gent takes Meredith's pass for a first down in Packer territory. Don Meredith, who masterminds one of the most varied offenses in football, hands off to Pettis Norman on a rare end around. Having made Green Bay overly aware of Hayes, Meredith throws to tight end Pettis Norman. Norman is forced out of bounds by Brown, then hit over the sideline by Robinson. Robinson draws a penalty from the official. Like Starr, Meredith often isolates a setback on a linebacker. Reeves gets behind Leroy Caffey for a 22-yard gain. Unperturbed, Don Meredith launches another Dallas bid with a pass to Pete Gent for a first down at the Cowboy 39.
Second down, 10.
Don Meredith quickly spots a rare mental error by the Green Bay defense and tosses an easy pass to the uncovered Dan Reeves. The play goes for 40 yards before Bob Jeter recovers and overtakes Reeves on the Green Bay 21. The Green Bay fumble gives Dallas new confidence. Meredith passes to Frank Clark for a first down at the Dallas 38. On a sprint out option, Meredith takes advantage of a classic block by Perkins on Nitschke and lopes to the Green Bay 26. On 3rd and 20, Meredith produces his biggest play. Timing his delivery to the last split second, Don discovers tight end Clark all alone. The 68-yard touchdown brings the score to 34-27. Suddenly, the pressure is on the Packers. Dandy Don wastes no time. He uses his most effective pattern with tight end Clark, the receiver, for 21 yards. With 1:58 left, Meredith tries for Clark again. Interference called on Tom Brown makes it goal to go, and the Cowboys are just 2 yards away from a possible sudden death playoff. With 74 seconds left, it is 3rd and goal from the 6. No longer in running range, Meredith passes to Norman at the 2-yard line. Some people felt that Norman scored on this play, but the super slow motion camera proves without a doubt that his knees were on the ground when Tom Brown made contact with him. For Coach Tom Landry, time is running out. It's the Cowboys' last chance. Meredith tries a sprint-out option. Robinson forces a desperate pass, which is intercepted by Tom Brown to clinch a 34-27 victory for Green Bay. On a day of big plays by the offense, Robinson's one big defensive play is the difference. Robinson hesitates, then slides behind Leon Donahue and tackles Meredith, trying to pin both his arms. Falling, Meredith is fortunate to get the ball away. The undirected pass wobbles into the arms of Tom Brown. One big play has brought Vince Lombardi and his Green Bay Packers their 4th championship in 7 years. Ahead, for the first time, lies another game in which victory will go to the team which can produce that one big play.